Good morning. Well, I decided to do a little morning musing and I came up with this interesting concept that was helping me on my journey of healing. And I just wanted to go ahead and share it with others. This is my beautiful labradorite necklace I adore, and my smoky quartz. I wish I had done a little bit more pretty card on this, but uh, for me, I call this the Triple H treatment plan. The question is, for me, although I make it as a statement, how we can take action to manage our lives, a common cycle of the expression of living. One thing I was really careful about, because my default was to say how to control our lives, I decided that that was a key issue of my own programming. So, understanding that we can't, quote unquote, control a lot, maybe our expressions, and even sometimes we feel unable to control our expressions. It takes a lot of time and effort and healing to get that distinction, to have a pause. Um, However, managing is something we can do a lot better because we may not be able to control something, but we can manage. Like, we can't control the weather, but we can manage how we are dealing with the weather. When we wear a coat, we bring an umbrella, we put on sunscreen. We know how to take responsibility for ourselves outside with the weather. It's the same pattern for pretty much everything. So, in this regard, in my statement here, of the Triple H. The first one is help. Am I in need of help right now? This is a real good self-reflection if you're just kind of like, I don't know what to do, or I'm bored, or I feel anxious. Am I needing help right now? Do I need something to take care of myself? Or am I feeling like I have more energy than I want and I want to help someone else? So sometimes we're in the help phase when we're around our friends or family, or we're in need of help when we're alone. And so when we can recognize that, we can ask for it or offer it. And then that usually takes us to the next step, which is healing. For healing, I listed learning, resting, and action. For me, healing is hanging out with my crystals. My awesome collection is growing. Setting intentions, meditation, realizing I sound like all the other crazy YouTubers out there that I thought I could never be a person who was relaxing. And technically, I'm giving myself this opportunity to meditate, be present, and relax, enjoy my essential oils, enjoy my stones, enjoy the colors, things I didn't allow myself for a long time because I always felt externally I wasn't doing enough. However, I've come to learn that's just not the case, and that everybody has the right to earn a living. From the ant to the mouse, they all earn a living just by existing. And humans are a very odd species to force ourselves to earn a living in a different way. So learning for me is YouTube videos, TED Talks, counseling, therapy, books, interacting with other people from a safe place, safe people I enjoy. That's learning for me. Resting, still fighting fibromyalgia. So for me, resting could be meditation, stretching, laying down, sleeping, those kind of things. And then action. Healing actions are the self-care kind of actions. Even for me, it's like making sure I have food for the next day, because with the fibromyalgia and our living situation, it takes a little more effort to make meals and ensure that I am feeding myself properly. So when I take action today to benefit myself tomorrow, I have worked on healing self-trust issues. And then happiness. Now, this was an interesting one for me, because boundary versus exploration. What do I mean by boundary and happiness? So many of us that I know personally, including myself, and that's obviously why, with mirroring expressions and learning how to heal old traumas and wounds together, boundaries come down to, I want you to be happy. I'm considerate of your ideas. I want to see you enjoy yourself. And when another person is not enjoying themselves, it's up to me to decide, oh, hey, that's my fingers. Hee hee. This is my ADHD going, hi. Sorry. When we run into not being able to honor ourselves, I may want to give all this love to someone else, but if I'm not loving myself in that way, going, ooh, you want this of me to make you happy? Well, right now I can't give that. And it used to be a place of not believing the other person could take care of themselves. I set myself up with a lot of examples of partners who felt that I was the one who knew what I was doing, therefore, they didn't have to have personal power or control of themselves. It was just kind of like, Crystal can do everything. And I realize now that's not what I want. I want a partner. I want a partner who goes, she can do a lot and I can do a lot. And I'm very grateful that my twin flame, my fiance, is definitely showing those signs. He is still healing on his journey as well. And since we don't get to have a choice of how healing looks, I am often challenging myself to find out what does make me happy so I can build those boundaries. Because if I can go, oof, you're grumpy right now. Unfortunately, my mental spoons does not allow me the compassion to be in a good space with you. So I'm going to go off and take a shower, or I'm going to go take care of myself. In codependent relationships, that was really difficult to handle. So this became an idea of my happiness will ensure our happiness. And I tend to look for happiness in the long term versus short term. I'm willing to make sacrifices. So the problem is, in the past, I would make too many sacrifices, and that boundary would be me violating my own boundaries. And that's what I've been working on for the last few months, is to really cultivate what my boundaries are. So happiness to me is holding my boundaries for myself and honoring myself. And then what else? That's the exploration part. Like, what else makes me happy? I know for myself, it's been a long time to figure that out. So when I start to find myself in a moment of peace and enjoying the moment, I go, oh, am I feeling happy? And I can kind of go, hey, yeah, making food does make me happy. It sounds a little asinine, I'm sure, but honestly, we forget what makes us happy. We get stymied and stuck. So for me, that idea to explore and keep that curiosity is key. Part of me, and I'm just going to finish this out now that I've explained that, is working with shame right now. So as I'm expressing this and being potentially witnessed in the world for these thoughts, I do know I have benefited greatly from others doing the same thing for me. I have felt extremely lost and alone and have cried many a times at hearing the validation through the video of someone else sharing their experiences and their journey. So for me, this is a huge step of courageousness. I am helping, hopefully, myself by being courageous right now. I am helping maybe someone else out in the world when they're needing it. If the YouTube, which is the human library that we have, figures itself out. I am practicing being vulnerable in a way that's very new to me. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to explore this option. So I'm going through the help, I'm acknowledging my healing, I'm acknowledging my capabilities. I'm most likely going to also incorporate maybe some exercise in a little bit, or some meditation, because my third chakra, my stomach has just gone cold. Like, scared. I feel scared, folks. I know I feel scared. But I feel safe at the same time. There's enough of me going, well, you know what's going to help you. You know who's going to help you heal. You know who you can trust. You know what methods work. So why don't we move through and use those methods to release any pain, any idea of lack, any ideas of having to suffer, or that my happiness is external from me. And then I can move through those healing points and then get to a place of happiness again. And then when I'm enjoying that happiness, I often get back to a place of peace. And from that peace is where I can either feel abundant enough to help someone else, go, hey, I'll reach out on the web, I'll record a YouTube video, I'll check Reddit to see if I can do anything for anyone. Or can I do something around the house? Can I reassure my loved ones? Can I reach out to a friend? But if I'm still not able to hold that happiness very long, or when I get back to that, happiness has got to a peace place, but when I go from peace to maybe a little negative space, Do I have anything to help me in that healing? Do I have my food? Do I have my water? Do I have my meds? Did I take care of myself? Have I set myself up for success? And once I start going through those places, I go to that healing spot. Maybe I haven't. Well, am I bringing up old feelings of negativity, like I'm a bad person? If that's the case, then that's probably some trauma I need to heal. Let's work through what has worked in the past, shifting my vibration, replaying really happy memories, replaying really exciting memories, enjoying who I am as a person, replaying the memories of the people I love in my life. Raising my vibration means raising my emotional frequency, and as so much science is showing us now, which is still mind-blowing to me, how much this is all driven by thought, our reality. We have neurons to prove it. We have so many instruments to prove this, which is something I touted 20 years ago, is that all of this is real. We just never had the instruments to prove it yet, and we're growing with that. And for me to have courage to go, everything I've known for the decades I've been alive is getting proven at some level. And so I call it my fandom. I realized today it's okay for me to practice my spiritual, intuitive healing of matrix level, because they're all fandoms, right? We have the Doctor Who fandom, and reality is outlined a certain way. We have, the Harry Potter fandom. We have religions, which are basically fandoms. It's just got a lot of belief behind them, and belief derives our reality based on our perceptions, and AKA, we're all cosplaying this life. So I have a lot of fun theories about how to practice an awareness of existence and living. But right now, this was the thing that felt most important to share. And on that note, this is going to be probably our new tagline, but it's definitely our embodiment. We are luminous beings being illuminous. Creation is everything. And for me, that's really the movement I want to be. My inspiration to be in this world is to be an luminous being, and I'm being illuminous around everything as I can. And thanks to Raven, it was creation is everything. We manifest, we create. Life is creation. The most holy thing is to be able to create. And when we create whatever our soul entails in us, when we express ourselves to our fullest, we are life, being that flower that blossoms so that everything can observe it. And it may be a little too heady for the morning, but it's not even 7 a.m. yet, and this just felt really important to share. I appreciate every person who's ever come into my life. For those who I have caused damage, I am sorry. I did not know what I know now. Please forgive me, as I have done to you what you have done to me, or we have done to others, and it's been the infinite cycle of growing and understanding. Thank you so much for the lessons you gave me, for everything you've taught me, for how I've come to be in my personal power through everyone who has touched my life and everyone who's allowed me to touch their lives. And I love you. Each person out here deserves to hear that from themselves the most, but if you can't hear it from yourself, then hear it from me for a moment. I love you. You're worthwhile just by existing. I remember when I didn't hear that. I couldn't comprehend that. I remember when it sounded nice, but it wasn't making sense. And now it makes sense. And now it's been the 5 months of daily meditation and really spending time to get to know me and to understand how I work. And it's been a real powerful journey. And I hope that everyone out there who is ready can find their path and embark on that. I love you all so very much. I'm so proud of you. You've come so far. You've worked so hard. And even if it was just to wake up and sit up in your bed today, oh my God, you woke up. Oh my God, you chose to wake up this morning. You didn't kill yourself last night. You chose this morning for a reason. And if it's just one way to look at yourself in the mirror and to go, I've overcome, or I can be gentle with, or damn, I love myself, or ooh, that person complimented me and I can see it now. Whatever it may be, may your blessings be seen clearly through your eyes. May your mirror be polished as clearly as possible. And may we all raise our vibrations up. Illuminous beings being illuminous. Creation is everything. And let us create our best realities. Namaste.